Hi, thank you for stopping by Christy's Crafty Corner today. The project I have for you today is actually a submission for the Tresors Deluxe Guest Design Team call. I had been working on this project and I had seen Patty over at the Perry Art channel show her submission to the design team call for Tresors Deluxe. And I thought that I would take advantage and show you guys this project and submit it for that, because the company has some beautiful products and I'd like to be able to share it with you. What I actually did was alter the treasure box that I had found this summer at a yard sale, I think it was about $1. It was plain unfinished wood. I started off, I used my sprays, first I started off covering it with a wash of some pink acrylic paint, some white acrylic paint. I used some paper from Die Cuts with a View. It's the Once Upon a Time paper. I used two different kinds, one kind on the ends, and then on the front, back, and top, I used a different kind. I ended up using some texture paste on top of that, just to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit of tooth. Used some of the a wineberry stain, it's a smooch spray. Put that all over and on the inside, and did all this prep work before I started decorating it. I had been collecting a lot of trims and laces all summer long, doilies, things like that, so I wanted to use those. I have this really sweet little crocheted lace, a super tiny, this is actually a sequins trim. I'm not sure if you can see it, if it's going to focus, but I put the sequins trim around the middle, also around the bottom. This lace right here is one of my favorites. I did find it when I was out this summer. And across each of the sides, as well as on the back, I kept it with that. I kept most of the decorating for the top, which is, I edged the sides in this really pretty pleated trim that has a string of pearls down it. I have this nice wide rose lace trim that I layered on top of that on this side. On the other side, I continued on. I used that pretty pleated trim again, but instead of the lace, I used half of a white doily as the base for my flower collage. The majority of the paper flowers that I used in the flower collage is from Glimpse of Memories on Facebook. Adele Garcia has some great flowers, so I used those, and then I filled in with just some little flowers that I had picked up along the way, including these great purple acrylic daisies. I added in some leaves, and then I also had some great applique flowers that I wanted to add to it. The butterfly was a plain, unfinished wood butterfly that I had picked up from Tuesday morning a couple of weeks ago. I had done a haul and got a package, several different sizes. So I did that, put a little bit of the mesh bling on it to make the body. And on the lower half of the treasure box, I took another wooden piece that I had. It's a fleur-de-lis. I sprayed this in the butterflies with the same wineberry smooch spray that I'd used earlier, though on this one, while the spray was still wet, I had some holographic embossing powder. So I used that on it. The word cherish. This came from the bin at Michael's. There were 5 sentiments in the pack that I picked up. Some more of those paper flowers, as well as an acrylic leaf, the applique flowers that I put there. I also tucked in some lace scraps that I had to put behind it. I did that on the top too. I'm not sure if you can see it. On this one, I also have a pearl spray that I put on top of that, and some leaves that I had in my stash that I wanted to incorporate into it. So that's the top and the front. On the inside, I did, this will be a present for someone, and I thought they might like to actually use it. So what I did was I decorated inside the lid. I used around the edge that crocheted doily trim. Let's see if we can get an angle on it. That I used on the front, but I also had it in ivory. So that's what I used on the inside, is the ivory one. I laid down the other half of that crocheted doily. There's the paper, same paper I used on the outside. The inside's all painted and sprayed. Did the same finish that I did on the outside. The paper flowers again. Another wooden butterfly that I had sprayed with the wineberry stain. A pearl spray. One of those acrylic daisies like I used on the top of the treasure box. In the bottom of the box, I had this really neat cord trim that had a little bit of pearl along the edge. So I trimmed the inside of the box with that. And then what I did was, again, the butterfly has the wineberry stain, but then I used the holographic embossing powder. Put some of that mesh bling on it. I used one of the chiffon roses and put a flat back pearl in the middle. And more of those acrylic leaves. That's all layered on top of the paper. Same paper that I used on the front, top, and back of the box. But like I said, I wanted this person to be able to use the box and put their treasures in it. I just wanted to do something pretty on the bottom as well. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you like this project. I'll put the links to the Tresors Deluxe shop in their channels, and so you can find them. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.